I have to turn this down on my end. Music, you want to chill out a little bit? This soulful piano is actually quite loud. I'll put it like here. This is still kind of a important aspect of the game. Anyway, hi! Hanaki! Did you know that our souls are connected by fate? What do you know? I'm Yuno Hanaki from production Kawaii's Hanamizuki. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Whispers of the Luminaries, the demo version. The demo just recently came out, but I've actually known about this game for a little bit, like even before the demo was confirmed. So they actually approached management to see if I would be willing to try this game, because they saw that I like visual novels and like story-based games. So this was a request from the developer to try the game out. I'm very honored. I was like, me? People know I like visual novels? That's awesome. They approached the Comfy Core Gamer. Yes, they did. So I wanted to give it a try because that made me very happy. I was shocked to be acknowledged to such an extent. I haven't talked to them directly. Most of our interactions have just come from like management reporting back on what they've said, but this seems like a really cute game. Well, I say cute, but there's also like a mystery element. So it's a story focused on like idols at an idol agency, and from what I know, there is also a really big mystery afoot, so we as the player character are going to be trying to solve the mystery. I've heard it's got elements of like Ace Attorney kind of mixed in, along with just like the typical like visual novel experience. I don't know if they are planning to have the characters be voiced at all. I think right now the demo version does not have voices, question mark? I think. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm excited to try it. I'm going in, like, mostly blind. I only know, like, bits and pieces from, like, the basic, the fact that it's, like, idols and it's also, like, a mystery, detective, snooping type game. I wonder if the demo will give you hints to the mystery, or they're just gonna edge you. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. But I'm excited either way. I think it'll be fun. Let me change my position, actually, because I realize I'm a little too big. Let's do... yeah, that's fine. Just okay. Maybe more like over here. Yeah. You can see my cursor messing with my model. Anyway. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get started. This game is a work of fiction. Countries, locations, groups, and characters appearing in this work bear no relation to real-life counterparts. Please be aware that actions depicted in this game may be punished by law. Guys, there's crimes. It's almost like in the mystery there's gonna be crimes. Good warning, though. I want our voices to be heard, to break through the noise and inspire the world. Do not murder. That's true. Another good warning. A simple dream, a leap of faith. Each year, 500,000 people audition to major agencies with the dream of becoming a star. Oh! Joining a big agency is a dream come true for many. However, less than 1% become trainees. We didn't make the cut. Luck plays a major factor at big agencies. Meanwhile, medium-sized agencies are a complete gamble. Finding a good one is like finding a needle in a haystack. Yet, despite the odds, we dive in head first. Because deep down, we are born risk takers. Even if the odds are infinitely small, we won't stop chasing our dreams. Even if it means losing everything. Oh, that song was really good, by the way. I was listening to it while I read. Oh. Audition tape, maybe? Who are you? Tsukimi Idol Fest, 10th Anniversary Press Conference. Nearly 4 years ago. This is a prestigious event for upcoming talent in the industry. Many groups can only dream of making it here. Many stars were born from this event alone. However, this press conference was her final appearance. Violet Haze. Haruka was one of the most promising talents in recent years. At just 14 years old, her debut single topped multiple national charts. This song earned her group a slot to perform at Tsukimi Idol Fest. Many fans believed this could be their breakthrough moment. However, perhaps all the optimism was too soon. It wasn't unusual for idols to rise and fall. After all, the lifespan of an idol is rather short. However, this case was quite unusual. How could an idol disappear when on the verge of stardom? It's a mystery that remains to this very day, 4 years later. No one knows if she was still around. There are many theories circulating online about what happened to her. Some speculate that she fell victim to the pressures of fame, choosing to escape the limelight in search of a simpler life. Others believe she was coerced or manipulated by a powerful figure in the entertainment industry. The minority of her followers hold on to the idea that she was planning on making a dramatic comeback. However, over time, these followers grew fewer in numbers. In this world, every smile hides a secret. And every song masks a cry for help. Some truths are best left unspoken. And sometimes, silence is the best melody. Hanaki, welcome! You just finished getting through the intro sequence, I think? I don't know what else I would call that. Oh, what's this? Pop-out menu? Backlog, auto mode settings. Okay, save load. Stats. Oh, there's stats in this game? Oh boy. Okay. Mei Ayano. It was another cold night. So cold I could almost feel the wind through the cracks of the walls. We didn't have air conditioning or heating. All we had were a few candles and this piano. This is Middle C, my older sister Mia said in a stern voice. I was only 5, fascinated by music, but knew nothing about it. Middle C? I whispered. It's the heart of the piano and the reference point for many songs, so make sure to remember it, May. I placed my thumb over the key. Good. Now follow my lead. Mia played a simple scale, and I tried to follow. Is there any particular reason why they're also named Mia and Maya? Anyway. No. Fingers curled. Use the tips, she corrected. Can't you teach me the song you played? I whined. You must learn the fundamentals first. Otherwise, you'll develop some bad habits. Okay, fine. After several more tries, I looked up at the time, realizing it was almost 9. Where's Mom and Dad? Working late. Well, they're always working. Why do they work so much? Mia pauses for a moment, thinking of how to explain the financial situation to me. Her expression softened before saying, They work to buy you nice meals and toys, May. I see, I said, looking down at the keys. But I wish they didn't have to work so much. She paused thoughtfully. I have an idea. How about we do something special for them when they return? Something special? Like what? Like play them a song. Really? You'll teach me? Of course. Let's do it! I want to learn the one that sounds like twinkling stars. That's a good choice, May. Without wasting time, we began. To my surprise, I picked things up quickly when I'm excited. Before I knew it, I was able to play the whole song. My parents returned just in time to hear me play it. Their faces lit up with surprise. After a long day of work, their weary faces transformed into bright smiles at the simple but blissful music. Bravo! We're so proud of you, May! Everyone applauded when I finished playing. I couldn't believe the impact my music had on them, and it was one of the best feelings of my life. I wish I could freeze that moment in time. It's a good day when we get to enjoy Buno voice acting. Yeah, you're gonna hear a lot of it. I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure if there's voice acting or if there's going to be partial voice acting or whatever in the future, so... When I heard Mia and May, I thought of Phoenix Wright's, maybe a reference to the Face Sisters. Yeah, I absolutely was thinking about, the Face Sisters. There you go. You're a natural, May, said Mia. It's all thanks to you. She took me aside to whisper, keep working hard, and maybe one day you'll be able to help Mom and Dad. Will you teach me? Of course, but I must warn you it'll be very difficult. You'll need years of practice and discipline. Are you willing to go through that? Whatever it takes. I love piano, and I want to help Mom and Dad. Mia puts her hand over my head. Then I shall teach you. The following weeks we began working on the basics. Reading sheet music, simple scales, theory, and songs. It was all going so well, until my sister found a job overseas. Then I was left alone. No one to teach me, no one to perform to. That was the end of my venture into being a pianist. Poor baby. Losing her sister. And then, like, truly being alone with her parents working so much. Must have been hard. Who? Oh. I guess this is still May, but we're not allowed to see what she looks like yet. Blake silhouette. My first year of school began. Venturing into the outside world without my parents or sister was overwhelming. Being bad with directions, I sometimes wandered into the wrong class or got lost in the hallways. During recess, I watched other kids play their ball games, but without understanding the rules, I just sat and minded my own business. It was a confusing time. But I wasn't lonely or unhappy. I enjoyed watching others have fun. But then, one day, a new girl transferred in. Her name was Miyuki, a really shy and timid person who cried when she had to introduce herself to the class. Oh no, she sounds like a baby. Miyuki, no. I can't help but chuckle whenever I think about this moment. Miyuki sat next to me, and we were two peas in a pod. We both loved music. She loved to sing, while I loved piano and dancing. One day, she showed me a video of a rising idol band, Harmony Hearts. Wow, so cool, I muttered. Right? I knew you'd like them, Miyuki said. This music is magic, and their stage outfits. Everything blends together so well. They're quite amazing, aren't they? Miyuki said. They are both baby. This is true. They are like baby stage right now. One of the idols carried a unique-looking instrument that looked like a piano strapped around her body. What's that? I pointed. Oh, that? It's a special keyboard designed for stage performances, Miyuki said. It's called a keytar. A keytar? A piano that lets you play and dance at the same time? It was a match made in heaven for me. I needed to have one. I asked my parents for one, and they said that they would buy me one if I was a good girl. Surely enough, my birthday came, and my wish came true. I brought it to school and amazed everyone. They had never seen an unusual instrument before, and would gather around to watch me perform. Keytars are truly underappreciated. This emotional story is just a keytar ad. So true. But deep down, that wasn't enough for me. I wanted to become like them. I wanted to be on a stage. I started asking around, how do I become an idol? But the more I learned, the more I realized how tough the path was. People said it was too hard, too demanding. Being an idol required more than just talent and looks. It required a great deal of sacrifice. And luck. But every time I saw those idols on stage, I felt this fire inside me. I knew this was my destiny. I was ready to give it my all and make whatever sacrifices were necessary. And that's how it all began. Our path to stardom. Just two babies in a pod. The void. Do I have to click again? The void. This is a demo, so there is a chance that there could be, like, long pauses that aren't supposed to be there. April 3rd. Most dramatic date on Earth. Yokohama Arts is what it says at the bottom. Oh, this is what she looks like! This is May! Wait, she's cute. Look at those little flower accessories. What a baby. Also, her sprite actually has the keytar. Oh no, it's weigh-in day. I totally forgot. I had a bit too much food at yesterday's party. I'm so going to get scolded if they find out. What should I do? What should I do? Is everything okay? You seem a little spaced out. Miyuki, I'm really sorry in advance. Huh? For what? In case I miss weight. Miyuki, being the leader of the group, had to take responsibility for everyone's actions, even though she didn't break any rules. That's weird. I don't know how true that is. But okay. I guess in their agency it's true, but, that's interesting. Silver-haired cuties? Yeah, the fact that they both kind of have that silver tone to their hair. Well, I guess May's is a little bit lighter, but... They do look good together as, like, a unit. Oh. Such is life. Just make sure your weight stays on point until the concert. Then we shouldn't have any problems. I hope the punishment won't be too harsh. With the concert date looming, there was an air of seriousness in the room. We all knew how important it was to make a good first impression. Everyone was hyper-focused, doing their warm-up routines. But my body felt extra sluggish, and my throat was scratchy. I hope I'm not coming down with something. Dang, over 8 and might be getting sick? Man. Walking disaster. Regardless, I couldn't afford to show any sign of weakness. This is what separates you idols from ordinary people. Ordinary people only do the bare minimum to get by. Idols push themselves to their very limits. You can't be satisfied with good or great. You need to be the embodiment of perfection. Perfection is why people admire you. It's why they pay money to see you. It's why you should always aim for that high standard. Oh, more girls. What is this? Some war speech? Quit whining and get on with it. Thank God no more silver. I was gonna say, how many of these characters are going to have silver hair? Even the instructor had silver hair. Instructor Tanaka claps his hands to get everyone's attention. As you're warming up, let's have a quick word about the upcoming schedule. As you already know, The upcoming weeks will be jam-packed with events. This will become the norm, so get used to it. Life as an idol will be completely different. There will be more responsibilities and demands, but also more exciting opportunities. He holds up a sheet of paper. And right here, I've prepared a schedule of all the important events to help you plan out your busy schedule. Have a look. Okay, April 9th to 15th, wardrobe fittings and photo shoot. April 16th to 22nd, PR and media training week. April 26th, press conference. May 1st and 2nd, Children's Hospital charity event. May 14th through 18th, promo week. May 19th, Kirameki meet and greet. And May 20th, concert. My. Where are their practices supposed to fit in? I guess during the times they're not doing stuff? That's a bit risky. They should have scheduled their practices. I wonder how far the demo goes. I think this is okay to say, but I was told that there was a version that they were willing to give to streamers that cut down a lot of the filler to get to the mystery faster. I'm playing the version that has everything though, because you guys know me. I love lore. I love stories. I will go through the filler. So I don't know. I guess I would assume then that the basic demo is probably like relatively long, but it is a demo. I don't know how much it's actually going to introduce, because we also haven't met like our main character yet. We're still like in the prologue portion, I think, with like the introducing us to the idols. So I don't know. It could be decently long. We'll find out. You're a streamer. Yeah, I'm a streamer. Crazy, right? But yeah, I chose the version that had more lore, or like more stuff to read, because I don't mind it. Okay. I've got like my full water bottle next to me, because I know this is going to be a lot of reading. Remember what sets us apart. Luminaries isn't just about looking cute. It's about perfection. Being the ideal human being for people to look up to. Once you debut, life will never be the same. You'll no longer be ordinary schoolgirls. You'll be a media personality. This is your job. Your future will depend on how well you captivate fans. Every action you do or word you speak will carry weight. But just know that no matter what happens, you girls have worked really hard to get this far. You've gotten further than most people would ever dream of, so we'll always be proud of what you've done. While we still have a long road ahead of us, let's focus today, in the coming weeks, on fine-tuning the little details. Now, from the very beginning, I want everything to be perfectly in sync, down to the microsecond. Got it? Yes, sir! With less than 50 days until the concert, training became increasingly difficult. Rehearsal classes went on until 9 p.m., but that wasn't the end. We often practiced after school, sometimes past midnight, in order to stay sharp and compete with the other hardworking idol groups. I really like the pink-haired girl's design. She's cute. I wish I knew which was which. Because two were introduced at the same time, I'm not sure which name was hers. I think they could, it would be nice if they could make the text bubbles, like, image color-y, maybe? Well, that's just me. Might just be me, but the game's music is a bit too loud. That's true. No, I notice it too. There's a separate slider for the music volume, so I can just turn it down a tad. I left it up because I know this game has, like, a lot of original music, but, I can make it a little lower. Here's probably good. Hope that's better. You will not catch me practicing anything until midnight. Honestly, fair. Some people need to sleep. These poor girls. But no, life as an idol can be this intensive. It's like this for content creators too. Sometimes you just don't have time in the rest of the day, especially if it is like a school day. You kind of have to dedicate any free time you have to your practice. sounds better now. Can hear Yuno even better. Good, good, good. Thank you, thank you. I like it when you guys point out that I can fix something. Alright. Being an idol trainee whilst attending high school was like juggling 2 full-time jobs at once. But we did our best to try and push through. See, she even said it. It's like it's 2 full-time jobs. Ugh. After idol practice was over, the group split with Sayuri and Akane headed home for family matters. Meanwhile, Miyuki and Mei headed towards the river, a short stroll south of their school. For years, this was the place where the group met up in order to recap everything they learned that day. It was a quiet, serene place. The perfect place to practice their routines.
The air feels so cool today. I wish we could go out here and practice every day.
Right? It feels so refreshing.
If we ever make a music video, we should shoot one here.
I love that idea. How about a special project when we have time?
What song should we make?
Maybe about how this place makes you feel?
How this place makes me feel? It's kind of hard to describe.
How so?
On one hand, it makes me feel really free. Like I can be myself here because no one's watching or judging me. But on the other hand, it also feels like something important is missing.
Huh? What could be missing?
I don't know.
Something important, but you don't know?
I'd have to think about it some more before I can give you an answer.
Sometimes you have an odd way of thinking.
Sorry. Well, the best way I can put it is this. You're waking up from a dream where you were happy, but when you wake up, you don't remember any of the details. You might be happy, but something feels missing or incomplete.
Cool idea for a song.
Now that you mention it, it would be pretty cool. Time to add it to the backlog of ideas.
Miyuki pulls out her phone to begin writing it down. Hanaki, welcome in, guys. Welcome, welcome.
Oh hey, look! They just revealed what our concert costumes are going to look like.
Really? On Trend Talk?
Yep.
Let me see. It better not be as bad as last time. Wow, they're so pretty! They even added wings to it!
Right? I knew you'd like it.
When do we get to try them on? When?
Apparently they're already here, so pretty soon, I'm guessing.
Yippee! Can you imagine the photos? I'm going to be posing all day!
I can see that happening.
You know, I've always imagined wearing a cute idol dress, but this is way cuter than I expected. I've never had the opportunity to wear any cute dresses. My parents could never afford anything fancy, so all the dresses I've worn were hand-me-downs from my sister.
You finally get the chance to shine now.
Look at her, she's like, my bestie gets to shine. Just girls supporting girls. Wearing cute dresses, doing cute idol things. This is peak, I will be honest. I'm really looking forward to it. It was about time for me to leave. Looks like we slacked off today.
Sometimes we just need a break.
It was fun though. Time for me to go.
Yeah, me too. Have a good Huh? What was that?
You heard that too?
Look! Over there. Oh no! Nearby was a bird, sprawled over the ground. It seemed to be in great agony. Its wing appears broken. Oh, you poor thing. How did you manage to break your wing like this? It likely collided with a vehicle nearby and flew here. We should call the Wildlife Rescue Center. They're equipped to handle this. But we can't just leave it alone, Miyuki. What if it gets cold or a predator finds it? I understand, May, but it's a wild bird. We need to respect its space and allow professionals to help it. You're right. Miyuki pulls out her phone. As Miyuki was calling the rescue center, I kneeled down next to the bird. Its small eyes stared at us, blinking slowly. It didn't seem to be scared. Or perhaps it didn't have the energy to attempt to fly away, but I started whispering a lullaby to help comfort it. I resisted the urge to pet it, knowing that I could startle it. Wildlife Rescue will be here any minute. Let's hope everything will be alright. We did everything we could. When the rescue team arrived, they thanked the girls and carefully took the bird away. Precious little bird. Yeah, this is definitely not foreshadowing anything. This is definitely not a metaphor. This is definitely not relevant at all to the story, and it's just them saving a little bird to show that they are good girls. It's definitely not any form of imagery. After that, the girls parted ways. Didn't like that they had another sound of something else in the bushes. Didn't like that implication. Miyuki stirs her head, lifting it from the cold surface of the window she was leaning against. Her eyes blink open as she glances around, realizing she had fallen asleep for most of the ride. It's not like they got wings or anything like a bird. What time is it?
She muttered to herself. She glances at her phone, only to realize there were 3 missed calls.
Huh? Who could be calling at this time? This number. It's from the May residence. Why is she calling me now? Whatever the case, I should return the call. Ring ring. Hello?
A voice returned on the other line of the receiver, which Miyuki recognized as May's mother. Miyuki, is that you?
Yes, Mrs. Ayano? What's up?
Miyuki, it's May. She hasn't returned yet. Please tell me she's with you.
What? May hasn't returned yet?
We've been trying to call her, but she's not picking up. Do you know where she went?
She's not picking up either? We left about an hour ago. She should have been home by now.
She's not, and no one knows where she is either. Miyuki abruptly gets up from her seat.
Mrs. Ayano, I'll get off at the next station and go back. Maybe she's still around there. I'll talk to you later.
No, don't go. We've already notified the police. It could be dangerous.
I don't care. It's my responsibility that everyone is safe. Something's wrong. This was uncharacteristic of May. To disappear and not answer her phone. What's going on?
Dun dun dun.
Hey! May! May! Are you there? Where are you? May! We searched endlessly for May, but our efforts amounted to nothing. She was nowhere to be found. Don't like that. April 4th.
Subordinate. Sir, we searched the entire place, backtracked her route, combed through every corner of that park. She's nowhere to be found. How is that possible? Did she just vanish into thin air? No, sir. There are thousands of buildings in that area. If she's been taken to one of them, it'll be difficult to locate her. Thousands of buildings? In that specific area? In that area that looked like a park? Okay. Sure. Well, sure. It's a demo, it's fine. Sorry. The logistics of there being thousands of buildings in an area that was like a park that had no buildings. Literally thousands of buildings, though. There's literally thousands. I can't search every single Starbucks and McDonald's, sir. She's a teenager and also an idol. She wouldn't be found dead in a McDonald's. Anyways. If she was taken somewhere, then why wasn't there a sign of struggle? Not even a scream? It's still unclear. We're on the lookout for any witnesses. If anything comes up, we'll let you know. Unacceptable! It's one thing for her to still be missing, but another to have an entire search party turn up nothing. Oh, there's a spicy cuss word. What the fuck are you all doing? It's in the script. Any swear words that are in here are part of the script. It's fine. It doesn't count. We did exactly as we were told, sir. Right now, we're in the process of obtaining search warrants to review the surveillance footage. It could take some time. You would know this if you're the chief of police. Buddy, I don't know why you're getting mad at them for following procedure. Is this not... It's your job to know this, you're the chief. Anyways. Minus 10 HP to test. It's so true. The chief exhales. Keep a tight patrol on the area within the 2-hour radius. She couldn't have gone far in that time. Understood. Everyone leaves whilst Chief Tsukamoto stares out the window. A girl went missing on her way home from school. We responded in 2 hours, mobilized a search party of over a hundreds. Typo.
Minor spelling mistake.
It's okay, it's a demo. We responded in 2 hours, mobilized a search party of over 100 officers, even had a chopper up. Yet we found nothing. Not a trace of her existence. Where could she have gone?
It is a mystery. Ba, 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 da, ba, 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 ba.
Hey, look, it's one of the thousands of buildings. You think she's in this one? I should stop being annoying, but also... Thousands of buildings! Literally thousands of them! Where could she be? Gotta be in at least one. No proofreading in my demo, grr.
Minor spelling mistake!
Hoshiko Agency was one of the country's renowned detective agencies. Detective Eiji Hoshiko, founder of Hoshiko Agency, was a brilliant mind, known for solving some of the toughest cases in the country. Hi, buddy. Unlike other detectives, he was a former criminal himself. Whoa, a turncoat. I see here. Some steer clear of him for this reason. However, there's no doubt his criminal past gives him an edge to study and dive into the minds of criminals. That's criminal psychology, but okay. Psychological profiling. A tool he uses to outthink the most devious lawbreakers. Okay, so they admit that that's what he uses. Okay. Oh, there's also a relationship chart. Interesting. I guess that's to keep track of all the characters, maybe? Sure. I feel like I should save. Things I should be saving. Also, this is still the prologue. Scene 15, though. Scene 15 of the prologue. Yeah, indeed. Save the saves. Only the toughest cases are sent to Hoshiko Agency for this very reason, as many clients are reluctant to deal with a criminal. But he's proven himself! How long has Hoshiko Agency been around? Has he not proven that he's, like, working for the good now? Okay. Only just listening to this, I hear Oshinoko like the anime. Yeah, no, it's Hoshiko, which is like star child or like tiny star, I guess, depending on how you want to interpret the cult. Not the same thing as Oshinoko, which is the child of my Oshi. Today was unusually quiet, however. Detective Eiji Hoshiko wasn't around. Is he not around because he committed a little bit of a kidnapping? Just throwing out ideas. Just spitballing. Quite a rare occurrence for him. A man who was very diligent with his work, not having missed a day in years. Yeah. Huh. Suspicious. Almost like he's disappeared around the time that a big case would be coming to the agency that he may or may not have a hand in. But that's just, you know, a very interesting coincidence. Could also very well be a red herring. Definitely not sus, though. Instead, the lone occupant here was his pupil, 19-year-old detective Taichi Fukuda. After wrapping up a large insurance fraud case, work was empty today, so Taichi lounged on the chair, half asleep with his feet propped onto the desk. After a few minutes, he pried his eyes open. Where the hell is Eiji? I'm starting to get worried. Whatever. Guess I should do some work or else I'll get mad when he returns. Most of the time, Eiji was a mild-mannered person. However, when he's in a bad mood, he would incessantly cuss and whinge non-stop. I see. So he's also a freaking baby. What a... Okay. You sound unlikable as hell. Taichi picks up a pen and begins twirling it between his fingers. What was there even to do, though? There's no clients. Guess I should call up some lawyers to see if there is any work available. This wasn't what I signed up for when I became a detective. Not that I had much choice. Taichi hated dealing with people in general, especially business people. They were all shady, having their own hidden agendas, putting their own interests above everything else. So true. This guy's just like, I hate the economy. I hate the market. I hate people who own businesses. Someone has to do it, though, so I might as well get it over with. Taichi picks up the phone and begins dial... Huh? Who? Is that a client? It couldn't have been Eiji, knowing how diligent he is. It's unlikely he would have forgotten his key. Furthermore, he's not the type to knock. He'd just barge in. The door wasn't locked. Probably an emergency. Judging by the sounds of those knocks, there was a sense of urgency behind them. Hello. Come on in. The knocking freaks me out. I mean, it is a loud noise. It was a couple in their 50s.
Something was off, though. The woman's eyes were bloodshot red, as if she'd been crying for hours. Meanwhile, the man's eyes were hollow. His face was drawn and pallid. Taichi's attention shifted to the woman's hand. She was trembling, clutching dearly onto a phone. Another one of these, huh? His curiosity was piqued. Not often do cases like these come by.
What do you mean by one of these? Stop talking about it as if it's like an SSR drop in a gacha game, brother. There's like a crisis. These kind of people, man.
Taichi maintained a stoic and professional demeanor as he simply stood and nodded, gesturing the couple to take a seat. Have a seat. We'll look into it. The couple stormed in, begging us to help. After some debriefing and calming down, I found out that their daughter went missing yesterday night, and they wanted us to help find her. The daughter, Mei, was an idol trainee from Yokohama Arts, last seen with her friend Miyuki. I see. So you want us to aid in the search for your daughter? We heard you were the very best agency in the world. Maybe you can do things that the police can't. The mother slides an envelope across the table towards me. We'll pay whatever it takes. Just, please, help find her. There's a whole month of payment in there, but if you find her sooner, the rest is a bonus. Thank you. We'll try our best. We'll put you on high priority and begin working immediately, okay? Both parents bowed down. Tears welled up in their eyes. Thank you so much. First, let's clarify some things. I need to know. Okay, so this is like a questioning segment. And they don't let you save! Alright, good to know. This is one of those games that doesn't let you save when you're making choices. Fair enough. Let's see. Her route home, friends or acquaintances of Mei, unusual behaviors, recent disputes. Do you think they'll let me ask multiple, or do you think I have to choose one? No take backsies. Yeah, no take backsies. Let's do... Where would we start? I mean, I guess if they're trying to find her, asking about the route home is probably the smartest option to pick first. Yeah. Here's a map of the area. Where were they hanging out? South of school, near the river. Somewhere around here. And here's the route home. They go past the park. Then they pass by the city, then past this neighborhood, onto the Moon River Bridge. Our apartment is right there after you cross the bridge. How long is the walk? 20 minutes. I'll need to investigate this route later. Okay, yeah, so I can ask multiple. Nice. I guess we'll just work our way down. BGM kind of nice for this questioning scene? True. It's very chill, but it still has that, like, investigation vibe to it. Friends or acquaintances of Mei. Does Mei have any close friends or acquaintances who might have information on her whereabouts, or anyone she might have met up with after school? Yes. Miyuki, the girl who was with her last night. She's her closest friend and can tell you everything. Right, got it. Added to the case files. Okay. I don't know where those are. Would you say that you generally enjoy these types of VNs, Yuno? If so, I can recommend one for you since this game reminds me of it a lot. I do like them. Sometimes, though,
I prefer just having, like, a guide, because I feel like I mess up solving mysteries. That was one of my problems with Bustafellows, is that I sometimes felt like I was messing up the mystery, at times. So sometimes with games like this, especially if they lean more towards the Ace Attorney side of gameplay, I tend to prefer having a guide for them. I don't think this is the kind of game where you would necessarily need a guide so far. Granted, this is the first time we're really doing any investigating, but, I don't know. I don't mind them. I'm definitely willing to give them a try. I did like Ace Attorney, though. But I liked Ace Attorney because I had a guide. Buno is smart enough to figure out the mystery. Am I? Am I, though? Kind of depends for me, I think. I do my best. Unusual behaviors. Was there anything unusual that happened that day? Any unusual behavior from May? Or any suspicious calls or messages? She did go missing right after her concert announcement was made. I found that a bit strange, although I'm not sure if it's related. Her concert announcement? It was announced a few days ago. May 20th is when she'll be performing. Oh, I see. Key bit of information. That is the write that down sound. Are you taking notes? Concert date has been added to the case files. You can open the evidence list in the top left sidebar. Oh, apparently I can save now. Whoopee! Where's the evidence? Oh, there we go. Next to the save button. Speaking of which, now that I can save, I recommend checking out a game called Root Letter then. Should be pretty cheap by now when it goes on sale next. Oh, okay. Root Letter. I will keep that in mind. I will do my best to remember. Okay. She disappeared before her concert debut? Recent disputes. Are there any recent... I love combining words. Are there any recent incidents or disputes involving May, either at school or in her personal life, that might provide a motive for someone to kidnap or harm her? Absolutely not! I would be right on top of it if I knew anything like that. Gotcha. What about any case of jealousy? Nothing that I'm aware of. That's all the info I'll need. I'll go out and start looking for May. We can handle the paperwork later. Please, bring her back safely. Oh, he smokes. Ew. Don't like it. Get that out your mouth. This music's kind of chill, too. I like the soundtrack so far. Attractiveness dropped, but, like, actually. Eiji Hoshiko's previous tenure in law enforcement was a godsend. His connections in the police force provided us access to valuable information. The first logical step was to obtain details from last night's investigation. Nothing can beat the intel gathering speed of the police. Imagine not smoking from a pipe like a wizard. No smoking is good smoking. I don't like it. They must have come across something by now, whether it be witnesses or surveillance footage. It's extremely difficult to conduct a kidnapping without being seen nowadays. I enter the building, seeing a familiar face, Officer Tatsuya, at the front desk. Good morning, Tatsuya. Officer Tatsuya looked up from his cluttered desk, showing a hint of surprise. Ah, Taichi! Long time no see. What brings you to the station today? Working on a new case? I nodded.
A girl named May went missing yesterday. Can you bring me the reports from last night's investigation? You need specific information or just a general overview? Just a general overview. Please, come with me. Officer Tatsuya scrolled through the report on his screen before looking back at me, his brow furrowed. So, Mei Agano, last seen around 10 p.m. near the riverside by a friend. They found an injured bird, called animal control, and once the bird was taken away, the girls went their separate ways. Tatsuya continued, his voice flat. Parents got worried, filed a missing persons report at 10:53 p.m. Police arrived on scene by 11:21 p.m. A larger search party was out by midnight. I felt a cold feeling in my stomach. So far, no witnesses have reported seeing May. Tatsuya sighed. Tatsuya? Where did the S go? Tatu! And the bird rescuers? I inquired. They all cleared of suspicion with solid alibis. Can we rule out a runaway or an accident? Well, there hasn't been any history of medical disorders like depression or schizophrenia that could lead her to going missing. And I bet if it was an accident, the search team would have likely located her by now. So, that leaves... Tatsuya's gaze was grim as he nodded, flipping through pages. However, there's been no ransom call, no signs of struggle, nothing. Huh. It's quite unusual for a search party to turn up so little. Tell me about it. Tatsuya sighed, leaning back in his chair. But plenty of people are working on it. Something's gotta give. I guess I've got some digging to do then. You most certainly do. Good luck. Something tells me this case will be more trouble than we expected. An idol goes missing, the police can't find a damn thing. What should I do next? What would AG do? WWED, what would AG do? We're still early. The next plan of action is to interview the last person to have seen May. Yokohama Arts was my destiny. Looks like I received a text message. It was from Eiji Hoshiko. What would Yuno do? Taichi, sorry I couldn't show up today. Health got the better of me. I'm at the hospital right now. Looks like I'll be getting cut open, so I'll be off the grid for a while. Take care of the office for me. If I die, it's all yours. Oh, AG, what have you gotten yourself into? Has all the late-night drinking caught up to you? I felt a chill down my spine, realizing I have a kidnapping case to handle all by myself. I'll visit him later at the hospital. This should be a warning to quit drinking, too. But nah, we're detectives after all. Hard drinking comes with the territory. I'm sure AG would agree. Our fourth silver-haired man. Well, we've got 2 silver-haired girls, and now we've got 2 silver-haired guys. It evens out. Perfectly balanced. At least Taichi has black hair? Taichi, I need to talk to you about your car's extended warranty. Oh no, the chief's been infected by spam. So true. I arrived at Yokohama Arts. The place was eerily quiet. Notices regarding May's disappearance were plastered all over the place, pleading anyone to come forward with information. I feel like I walked into a trope museum with this. It's interesting. I don't know about a trope museum, but I do kind of get what you're saying, at least. I get the vibe. Taichi noticed a few police officers on duty. A few faces he even recognized. Okay, something I'm going to point out is that I don't like how often it switches POV. Like, we start out here in, like, 3rd, and then suddenly it shifts to 1st, and I'm like, who? I wish it could kind of just decide one. Maybe they haven't narrowed down what voice they want to keep everything in yet. Like, if they just want to be first person and switch POVs a lot.
or if they want to just make it a total third. But I don't vibe with the constant POV switching. Because we get POV switching, like, within the same scenes, even, like, within the same sections. And that's just a pet peeve of mine that I don't really like. Like, I did that narration just now thinking it was Taichi, and then suddenly it was like, Taichi noticed, and I'm just like, ah, shit. Nah, frick. And I don't really like that. The POV swap was weird with the switch from Mei then to Miyuki. Yeah. No, I agree. Totally agree. Don't really vibe with it. So I hope that devs, if you're watching, I hope that they consider choosing a more solid POV. I don't want to make it seem like I'm giving harsh criticism. It's just my preference, kind of, but I do think in some ways it's a little bit jarring that it switches so randomly from first to third back to first. So I think it would be more helpful if they could, like, just stick with one per scene. And then, like, if you want to switch POVs again, you can switch POVs in the next scene. Don't switch mid-scene, I guess, is my main suggestion. Keep it consistent a little bit if you're going to do a lot of switching. Did I actually read that line? I don't know. I think I got confused when I saw the Taichi. Hold on. Taichi noticed a few police officers on duty, a few faces he even recognized. The whole place permeated with concern and unease. Students were quietly studying in class. Meanwhile, teachers were scrambling around, trying to maintain a sense of normalcy. A stern voice interrupted my thoughts. Excuse me, who are you? I don't know who said that, so I had to guess. See, why are we switching already? Ugh. I turned around to see a tall, overbearing man in his 50s. A gold nameplate on his lapel reads Principal Ito. Hi, I'm Detective Taichi Fukuda, here to assist the investigation. A detective? You looked quite young, so I thought you might be from another school. Oh, no problem. I get that a lot. You really thought I was some delinquent? I guess I kinda was. Come with me. Let's get it sorted. After some thorough checks, I was given permission to investigate. I was advised to see Kazuhiko Tanaka, the idol manager, but was warned his class may be busy. Approaching the music department, I caught sight of possibly my person of interest. Was this Kazuhiko? Yes? Are you Mr. Tanaka? That I am. I held out my ID and a slip from the principal. Detective Fukuda from Hoshiko Agency. May I ask you some questions? Ah, I see. Taichi Fukuda, I'll do my best to assist you in the investigation. What do you need from me? Let's start with... Okay, so I have to present with certain information. I guess we'll do Mei first, because we're here to figure out stuff about Mei specifically. What kind of person was Mei? Did she have any enemies? No. You gotta understand, she's one of the nicest, sweetest girls you'll ever meet. All her classmates can attest to that. It's almost unimaginable that anyone would have a grudge against her. Then what about relationships? As far as I'm concerned, she was not in a relationship. I think you want to say as far as I'm aware, because as far as I'm concerned, it makes it sound like he doesn't care either way if she's in a relationship. I don't know, this is like kind of the wrong term. Anyway. Although we do tell the idols if they want to be idols, they need to keep their dating life a secret. Maybe she's good at hiding it? Idols can't be allowed to be seen in public with their partner, right? Precisely. Although most people won't care, they'll lose some of their hardcore fanbase if they do. For a girl to be missing, the principal and instructor sure are calm. Sus. You raise a good point. This guy looks like Virgil got a day job. A little bit. I see what you're putting down. I need to speak to Miyuki. Is she around? Not right now. Police just questioned her, so now they need to study for a test. I see. Perhaps they'll come back later then. Concert date. As I've been told by May's parents, the concert date is approaching. What's going to happen to the concert if May doesn't return? Things are still up in the air. No decision has been made yet, and we are just praying that she returns soon. However, worst case scenario, there are only two options. We find a replacement, or the show gets cancelled. A replacement? Is there anyone in mind? Not yet. The problem is, May plays guitar. Not many people know how to play guitar. Even skilled pianists will take some time to adjust, so it's not feasible to get a suitable candidate. Even if we do find someone, it'll be next to impossible given the time frame. Hidden intentions and alibi. I guess we'll do alibi first. I carefully eyed his facial expressions and body language. April 2nd, 10 to 11 p.m. Where were you? I'm a suspect now? We gotta consider everybody. I went straight home after teaching and didn't go anywhere else. My wife can attest to that. He's very nonchalant looking, this is true. They make him look pretty chill. What time did you arrive home? Around 10? And what did you do? Showered, then went to sleep. I was exhausted. Nothing in his body language showed signs of guilt or dishonesty. Either he's telling the truth, or this man's good at lying. Good to know you're innocent. Hidden intentions. Can you think of anyone who would stand to gain from May's disappearance? Maybe from their group failing? I can't think of anyone who would. Any Psycho fans? Students? Competitors? Now that you mention it, there is one group that might stand to benefit. They're called Parade, a group performing on the same weekend as us. Parade? You're not into idol culture, are you? They're a popular upcoming idol band. So both events are competing with each other? Indeed. I should mention, they've been known to use some underhanded tactics as well. Like what? They'll do whatever it takes to ensure their success, even sabotaging a competitor or spreading false rumors about idols. They'll use their connections to control the media. Interesting. Sabotaging a competitor, you say? Have they ever stooped so far as to do something like, oh, I don't know, kidnapping? Right. Imagine knowing about idols. I've never heard of them, actually. Who? What are idols? What is a cone carrot? Never heard of those. What is a idol? No idea. Never heard of them. Did I interrupt you reading? No, it's okay. I take little breaks in between when I see messages pop up in chat, so you're good. But welcome in. Welcome, welcome. What's an ashi? I don't know. It just kind of looks like you're about to say a cuss word. My boss sends me out on kidnapping trips all the time, even pays for gas. I don't know if that's something you should be admitting in a public YouTube chat, friend. But, good for you. I'm glad that you have that as a work benefit, I guess. That's a lot of accusations. I've heard from good sources. Who are your sources? My sources, I made it the fuck up. Me when I lie. They wouldn't be sources if I just revealed them. So, you're suggesting Parade might have something to do with May's disappearance? Absolutely not. Even though they may be a corrupt company, it's still a stretch to jump to conclusions like that. Bro, you literally Man. Your real name, John Whispers of the Luminaries. So true. But look into someone called Hiroshi Yamada. He's the CEO of Parade. You'll see what kind of person he is. Noted. Hiroshi Yamada. The CEO of Parade, allegedly involved in many underhanded tactics, including sabotaging competitors and controlling the media. Lead obtained! Leads are special clues which you can investigate further by visiting the office during your free time. Pursuing leads is crucial to your investigation. Okay. Thanks for your help. I'll be in touch if I need anything else. Of course, Detective Fukuda. I hope May is found soon. Looks like I got everything I need from here. The next steps are to talk to her classmates and find out more about Hiroshi. Hello. Whoa there. As I stepped outside, I almost bumped into someone. Huh? She handed me a note. That was multiple notes, friend.
Excuse me.
I glanced down at the note. I might have some information. Please meet me at 9 p.m. outside the school gates. Miyuki. Miyuki? She's exactly the one I needed to talk to. But 9 p.m.? Why so late? I guess she's probably busy with school commitments, being an idol and all that. Well, either way, I need to get a detailed account of what happened that evening from her. But there's still some time until 9 p.m. How convenient! You're saying I have some free time. Perhaps to pursue a lead. What should I do next? Guess I'll just try and get in touch with Hiroshi, the CEO of... Detective! Over here! Huh? What's going on? We just found something. What is it? Come and see for yourself. I don't like that. I've decided I don't like that. I don't like that very much. Oh boy. The officer hands over a few pieces of paper to Taichi. What? Why? Why'd you switch to third? It doesn't need to be third right now. Goes a little insane. Paper. Is it eatable? It's a demo. Yeah, it's a demo. It is, in fact, a demo. Where did you get these? It was in her locker. The notes were inside one of her textbooks. Seems like she was trying to keep it hidden. I make the same face when I want to eat paper. Yeah. Paper yummy. Evidence to witches. Note 1. I'm going to end you. Note 2. Soon you'll pay the price of fame. Note 3. Your songs may fill the air, but soon, silence will be your only melody. Death threats has been added to case files. Sorry, that phrasing's very funny. They don't even switch to italics or use brackets. That's what I'm saying. At least have some sort of signifier so that I know it's switching. It's fine. Edgy? Well, not entirely. That phrasing is the exact kind of phrasing that was used during the opening scene when they were talking about the disappearance of Haruka. They mentioned that, like, sometimes, like, songs are like, masks that, like, hide the secrets of idols or whatever. And sometimes silence is the best possible melody. Maybe we could argue that the person who was narrating that section about Haruka's disappearance was maybe the person who disappeared her. Maybe. If it's the same kind of phrasing, you know? Although they seem to imply that Haruka might have been driven to, what's it called? Well, I don't want to say the term because I know that YouTube doesn't like it, but they might have driven her to, yeah. Sudoku? Yes, Sudoku. So, I think that, like, maybe it's the same person. Like, maybe their thing is to try to get idols to Sudoku. Well, that'd be strange, but there are plenty of weird people out there who do wish that upon idols that get too famous or that do things that they don't particularly like. There are some crazy people out there. I could not fathom wasting my personal energy to harass some random child or, like, teenager into committing Sudoku when, like, bro, I don't know. I don't want to get too into it, but, like, I don't understand why people do that to people that they're, like, never even gonna meet. You know? I don't vibe with it. I forgot to tell you this will be my last time as a member after tomorrow, but it was fun to become one. Thank you. I promise I'll join you again. Okay. Yeah, no worries. I get how it is. It is what it is. Wrong Sudoku, apparently. Yeah. Wrong Sudoku. Idolatry is usually frowned upon for a reason. It makes people go wild, yeah. It's just, it's very... People just need hobbies like watching an Oni play a visual novel. Yeah, why be mad when you can watch cute anime girl play visual novel? Why you have to be mad? I just think people should be more chill. I don't understand why you would bother to fling a lot of shit at somebody just because they do something you don't like. Like, in that case, just stop watching them, bro. Turn off the screen. It is okay. It does not concern you in any way. Once it is done, it is done. Anyways. Seems like someone wasn't too fond of her. But according to her parents and teachers, it could have just been from some crazy fans. You know how it is these days. Why keep these hidden, though? I would have just discarded them if it was from some crazy fan. Good point. Something doesn't add up. Unless... Can you send me the forensic reports once these are done? Of course. I'll have them emailed to you when ready. For now, I'm going to continue my investigation. Let me know if anything comes up. Will do. I hope you find something soon. He's thinking about how much he wants to eat that paper still. And then we're back to Okay. I'm going to stop complaining about it. It's just, I notice it, and I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I will stop complaining about it. This man is going to cut his fingers on that chin. No, it's okay. He probably has, like, really strong, finger pads. Because he's grown up with that chin, you know? He's used to it. He's got fingers of steel. There's still some time until 9 p.m. I should use this time to locate where Parade is located. I'm not gonna say anything. After a quick search, I was able to locate Parade headquarters. Hello, is Mr. Yamada in? Ah, you just missed him. He stepped out for some business. Didn't say when he'd be back. Ah, damn it. Damn it. Taichi felt a knot in his stomach. He had been banking on speaking with Mr. Yamada today, a lead the police had yet to investigate. Where's he at? It's urgent. He's a private guy. Doesn't leave that kind of information. I could try calling for you. Please do. The clerk dialed and waited. No answer. Looks like he's tied up. You'll have to come back another time. Can I make an appointment? You'll have to speak to him directly in order to make an appointment. How about this? Just leave your number here and I'll ring you when he's back. Fine. Just call me as soon as possible. Thanks. What does the clerk do if they don't take appointments for the very busy CEO of an idol agency? The hell? Like, what's your job then? He doesn't give you information about where he's going or what he's doing. You can't make appointments for him. He has to make all of his appointments in person. Baby, what is your job? What do you do at that desk with that computer and that phone? What do you do? Sus. Sit there and look pretty? I suppose so. You got it. Looks like this is a dead end for now. I should head back to the school.
Oh, you actually came.
Of course, it's my job to chase down leads.
Well, as you may know, I am May's friend, and I was with her before she disappeared.
Good. I've been wanting to talk with you.
I wanted to help find May. However, I'm completely left in the dark as to what's going on. The police and teachers aren't telling us anything.
And that's because they haven't found much. It's an ongoing investigation.
They haven't?
Nope. That's part of the reason I'm out here. Now, you said you had some important information.
I do, but first let's go elsewhere. School's closing for the day. Here should do.
We stopped on the sidewalk of Jinkami Upper City. Despite her calm demeanor, something on her mind was clearly bothering her. Her breathing patterns were rapid and shallow. None? Pretty sure this is meant to... Okay. It's a demo. What did you have to tell me?
There's two things. The first is about May's unusual behavior. The second is a note that I found in her bedroom.
None. None, narrator. Left beef. Unusual behavior.
Over the past few weeks, May seemed paranoid. She was fearful of something. I don't know what, but for some reason, she kept looking over her shoulder and avoiding quiet, empty places. I wonder if there was anything going on that made her feel this way.
May was acting paranoid? Perhaps this could be due to... Do we show the kid the death threats? I'm guessing we gotta, right? Did you know that May was receiving death threats?
Death threats? Why would anyone send May death threats?
Have you ever received them yourself?
I think once on social media, but they're not common.
Can you parry with death threats in your offhand? There is no combat in this game so far, so I don't know if I can. We just do it like Danganronpa style, where the words of the death threats just like come out as like weapons that like bullets that pierce the other person. These weren't digital death threats. They were physical death threat letters, found in May's locker. Not just one, but several of them.
That's unsettling. What kind of person would do that? May is the friendliest, most innocent girl in the world.
Yeah, something does seem off.
It's quite rare for a small idol group like us to receive death threats, but to receive physical letters, no wonder she was paranoid. But still, why did she keep it a secret from us? The note. I found a note in May's bedroom, inside one of her books. The police either didn't see it or must have overlooked it.
Miyuki holds out a blank page with some letters and numbers on it. SKMUS 5005. That looks like IN. That looks like the ISBN number for like a book, maybe, or like a section of books, like a music book or like a music something. This is what it reminds me of anyway. It reminds me of like a book code, like you would see at a library or something. Maybe? I'm not sure though.
I have no clue what it means, though. Since you're a detective, maybe you can figure it out?
IENSKMUS 5005? What is this? Some secret code? It could be 1,000 possibilities, but there's no way to pinpoint exactly what it could mean. Who wrote this?
It certainly looks like May's handwriting.
Can you hand me the note? I'll have it investigated. I always see the funny calculator word upside down, please.
Sure.
Mysterious note. I have a few more questions for you.
Go right ahead.
May's enemies. 11037. She wrote down the name of the culprit. Hold on. Hold on. I could do the funniest thing right now. Oh, I can't. I can't open the menu. JK. As soon as they let me open up the menu, I'm gonna do the funniest bit you've ever seen, okay? Do you know if anyone had a grudge or a personal vendetta against May?
Not that I can think of. Our school is highly competitive, so maybe there was some hidden jealousy amongst the students, but nothing that really escalated.
What about any relationships she was involved in?
She definitely was not seeing anyone, if that's what you're asking. As idols, we have so little time to meet new people. Even if we wanted to, it's very difficult to be in a relationship.
There's no chance she could just be hiding it? Mr. Tanaka said idols need to keep their dating life a secret.
Well, maybe to him, but not to me. If May was in a relationship, I would 100% know.
No, it's sold. Let me open it. Okay. Wait, can I? No, it's only the backlog. Okay, just kidding. You have to hold on, okay? We're gonna get to the funny bit. Talent Cultivation Program. What is the Talent Cultivation Program?
It's a program that Kirameki Entertainment recently introduced to our school, just over a year ago.
Kirameki Entertainment?
They're our agency. They're responsible for funding this whole program. Even though we haven't debuted yet, we're still getting a salary from them.
You're getting a salary?
Yeah. They pay for everything. Our weekly allowance, training sessions, makeup, stylists, clothes, food, water.
Huh. I didn't know trainees got paid.
Sounds pretty cool, right? The catch is, if we debut and become popular, we'll have to pay everything back to them.
That's gross. Why would you have to pay it all back? I mean, I guess for some of that stuff it makes sense that you would pay it back, but like the food and water costs? Nah, girl, those are living expenses. Those are like necessities for you to stay alive while you're doing all this work. Hell you mean pay it back? Oh, really? That sounds more like a loan. I was gonna say maybe I should be an idol. Nah, not at this place. You have to pay it all back. Till I heard I'm in debt. So true.
You can think of it that way, but I think of it more like an investment. If we fail, they lose the money, but if we succeed, we split the profit.
I'm curious who's investing in all this. Who are the owners?
Well, I'm not supposed to be revealing inside details, but since it's important for May's safety, I'll let you in, okay? Just don't say it came from me.
You have my word.
The CEO is a woman named Yumi Nakamura. She's the one who provided us our contracts, and the one who pays us. I think she's the main investor in the company. Then there's Jin Inoue. Honestly, I'm not sure what his role is, but I know he's some ex-idol. Lastly is Mr. Tanaka, our teacher, but his main role is as a producer.
I didn't know he was part of it. I thought he was just a teacher, but makes sense. Hiromeki Entertainment, the agency behind Luminaries. The owners are Yumi Nakamura, the main investor, Jin Inoue, an ex-idol, and Mr. Tanaka, music teacher and producer. The company has been funding the trainees' salaries.
Lead obtained.
Night of disappearance. Okay. I'm about to do something so funny. Okay. So we have this mysterious code, SKMUS5005. But if you turn the code upside down, it spells Susumx. We found it, the culprit. Was it worth it? I think it was worth it. I knew it. No way. You're welcome. I am glad that I was here to reveal the truth to you. Anyways. Miyuki, I need you to take me through that night. The night May disappeared. Can you walk me through what happened?
That night...
Miyuki's voice wavered as she began. Her normally calm and collected demeanor had partially dissolved.
I kept replaying it over and over in my mind, and each time it just doesn't make sense.
She bit her lower lip.
I should have seen that something was wrong. May was my friend. How did I miss such obvious signs?
In hindsight, it's obvious, but you couldn't have known what was about to happen. You can't blame yourself. Miyuki shook her head.
As the group leader, it was my responsibility to look after everyone, to make sure they were okay. I was so caught up in rehearsals and the debut, I didn't notice. I should have seen that she was struggling.
Miyuki, when you went to the river with May, what happened there?
We found an injured bird and called animal control. We waited nearly an hour for them to arrive.
What were you doing?
Sitting around and talking about life and stuff.
No unusual conversations or arguments?
No, I don't get into arguments with May. Although there was something unusual.
What?
When we were talking about our idol costumes on social media, she took out her phone to check. That was when I noticed the money in her bag. There was at least 50,000 yen in there.
Or $300. Thank you for the conversion. Epic. So is she being extorted? Interesting amount of money to have in cash when you are a high school student. So do you think she's being extorted? Interesting. Talking about life equals cute idol dress. So true. I mean, when you're idols, that is an aspect of your life that you talk about. That part's not particularly wrong. $300 dang, you can go to Wendy's like 3 times. How big are your Wendy's orders? What? Anyways. How much are you getting at Wendy's? Huh?
It may not seem like much, but that's a lot for her.
I'm not the suspect here. Don't tell me how to live my life. Fair enough. What's that in Great British pounds? 232.08 pounds. You're welcome. 55 hamburger, 55 large soda, 55 large fries. That's fair. It's gotta be a hamburger. If it's a cheeseburger, you maybe can get like 2.5 Wendy's meals.
Then, when the rescue team arrived and took away the bird, we decided it was time to head home. About 40 minutes later, I got the call. May's parents. They couldn't find her and asked me where she went. I freaked out and immediately went back to look for her. I retraced our steps. The river, the park, even our school. Everywhere I went was eerily quiet.
I see. The police couldn't find anything either. It's like she disappeared.
Exactly. One moment she's there, and then...
She let her words hang in the air, the weight of the truth pressing down. It's possible she got tricked into going with someone. Was May trusting?
Not to the point where she'd just go off with a stranger.
So there's no chance?
I'm almost 100% positive. At the very least, she'd call her parents first and tell them where she was going.
What about someone close to her? Is that a possibility?
Someone close to her? Like who? There's no way.
You know her better than anyone else. Is there anyone she trusted that she might have went with?
Apart from her family, there's only us, her friends whom she trusts. I don't think there's anyone else.
Then how did she disappear without a trace? Just keep an eye out for anything unusual, okay? It was her keytar. The keytar did it. The keytar's actually been speaking to her and convinced her to withdraw $300 and run away. That's all the questions I have for you.
Wait a minute. Can I also ask you something?
Sure, go ahead.
I can't shake the feeling that something horrible has happened to May. Can you please be honest with me? What do you think happened? What are the chances that we'll be able to see her again? I started trying to recall some survival statistics of missing people. I remember Hoshiko telling me, if a missing person is found in the first 24 hours, chances are very high they're still alive, around 85%. However, if it's already been 24 hours, survival rates start to drop dramatically. That's the situation we're in right now. I am an honest Oni. I do not enjoy lying, and I also do not like to pretend that everything will be okay. I am the type to tell the truth first, but then encourage with something positive after. Like, yeah, things suck, but we're going to try and prevent them from sucking harder than they already do, you know? I just don't really see a point in sugarcoating it. Miyuki seems very smart. I feel like she'd catch on to the fact that we were lying anyway. But me personally, I do not like lying like that, so I'm just gonna go ahead and be honest. And if I am wrong and the game punishes me for it, so be it. The longer the case goes on, the less likely May is still alive. In the first 24 hours, there's an 85% chance of survival. After 48 hours, it's 50%. Then after 72 hours, it drops to 10%. I see. Thanks for the honesty. I don't know what that meant. Relationships, maybe? Trust factor. Who is this? I haven't met him yet. Okay, so she trusts me because I was honest with her. So that's what they mean by the relationship meter. Alright, hold on now. Ugh, my eyes. Hold on. My eyes are a little bit dry. I'm like rubbing at them to try and get them to chill out. Ugh. Okay. Looks like a fighting game character select. Choose your fighter! No. It's where we're supposed to be able to see our trust meters, I guess. Okay. At the end of the day, those are just numbers, and every case is different. All we can do is hold our hopes high. Did you find anything out yet? Any leads? Any suspects? Slow down, Miyuki. We're still gathering evidence. It's too early to conclude anything. I'm not sure that helps dry eyes. Sometimes it does. I don't know if this is just me, but sometimes if I drink a lot of water in like a rush, it does make my eyes water a little bit. Like it goes right to my eyeballs for some reason. Sorry. Anyways, thanks for going out of your way to do this. I know you're in a tough spot, but don't give up hope, okay? Thank you. I'll remain positive for her. If you remember anything, just give us a call. Have a good night. Same to you. Oh, and one more thing. If you need someone to investigate around the school, just ask me. It'll probably be easier for me to navigate around it than you. Should I ask her for help? She's a kid. Like, I know we were honest with her about the odds of her friend not making it, but I don't think we should involve a child in the investigation this directly. I shouldn't involve other people in my work. I'd rather not have other people involved, but if anything comes up, I'll let you know. I see. It's time to call it a day here. I just realized I haven't eaten today.
Guess I'll pay Starlight Sip a visit.
Starlight Sip.
Friendship ended. Yeah, I got her to trust 2, now it's back to trust 0 because I'm not letting her help. That answer sounded so we will need to get you involved for gameplay reasons. Yeah, I mean, probably. But that's okay. If that's true, then sure. But, like, I still stand by the fact we should not be getting the child directly involved in the investigation. She is a child. I look around the room, but it doesn't seem like Yuki's around. Probably busy upstairs. I took a seat at my usual spot near the window, gazing at the city lights. Not many customers today. Just a few students studying, a couple on a date, and a woman working on her laptop. The ideal environment to reflect on the case. As I mulled over the case, I kept coming back to the same question. Who could possibly have a grudge against May? So far, we don't even have a single suspect. May seemed like a good person with no enemies. Could this just be a random kidnapping? Or are we missing a crucial clue? Well, if it isn't my favorite trouble magnet. Good timing, Yuki. I wanted to ask you something. Ooh, you got yourself a new case? What's the scoop this time? You don't need me to tell you. It's all over the news. If you're old enough to pay rent in Japan, you're old enough to talk to detectives without a lawyer in Japan? I suppose so. Miyuki still lives with her family, though, I thought. I'd rather not get brainwashed. Me too, but can't skip it for my job, unfortunately. The gist of it is, a girl went missing on her way home from school last night. A large search party was sent out, but found nothing. A missing person? That's quite serious. I pull out my phone. You get a lot of customers here. Maybe you've seen her before. I doubt it, but let me see. Huh? Dude, I recognize her. She's been here. A few times, actually. Really? I guess I shouldn't be surprised knowing how popular this place is. She's usually with her friend... Hey! Why'd you skip that? Hey! Video game? That was mean. She's usually with her friends from school, but the last time I saw her, she was with some guy I didn't recognize. Wait, some guy? When was this? Dude, suddenly... Just a few weeks ago. Might have been her boy toy or something. Yuki, you got CCTV footage of this moment? I do, but I don't remember the exact time it happened. I'd have to sift through weeks of footage. Can you please find it? It's important. Well, if it's important, how can I refuse? How soon do you need it? As soon as possible. The sooner we find her, the better her odds of survival are. Right. I'll get it tonight, and hopefully I can send it to you tomorrow morning. How does that sound? That's perfect. You're a hero, Yuki. No problem, but let's not celebrate too early. We don't know if this is the guy responsible. True. Or whether the girl is still alive. We can only cross our fingers. The city's never felt more cold. Miyuki stood there watching helplessly as the world moved on, indifferent to her friend's disappearance.
She had the urge to scream at the uncaring pedestrians. May is missing! Can't you see? But no matter what she does, everything is futile. The only people who could make a difference were the police and detectives. If only I had the platform to open people's eyes, she thought, as she pulled out her phone. Her phone was vibrating violently as if it were about to explode. I've never received so much attention on social media before. At Luminaries Miyuki, sending all my love and support to May and her family. I hope she's found safe and sound soon. Hashtag find May, hashtag Luminaries. Can't believe May from Luminaries is missing! I'm keeping her in my thoughts and hoping for her safe return. Hashtag bring May home, hashtag Luminaries. This news about May's disappearance is heartbreaking. Let's all come together and spread the word. May, wherever you are, please be safe. Hashtag pray for May, hashtag Luminaries. Everybody wants you back. Do you see this? There's no Luminaries without you. Miyuki walked aimlessly, her thoughts scattered across the city lights. She began humming to the tune of her harmony hearts in her head. The darkest nights breathe the brightest stars. Their songs always gave her a feeling of hope, but she knew she couldn't just wait for things to get magically better. She had to do something herself. May needs all the help she can get. I'll try calling her again. No avail. The fact that her phone was off was concerning. It's hard to remain optimistic during a time like this. I'm starting to fear the worst might have happened. But it's unhealthy to think that way. I should be focusing on ways I can help her. What should I do? Go around asking strangers? Putting up flyers? Any efforts should help, right? No. If the police can't obtain any information, I certainly won't be able to. I can't take the brute force approach. I need to think of a smarter plan. Why was May acting paranoid? Was it really from the death threats? And most importantly, why didn't she tell me? A light bulb went off in her head. I may not be the most influential figure, but there was one group that helped me out before. A group that had millions of fans. Harmony Hearts. If I ask them, maybe we can rally the public to aid our search. And if we're lucky... Suddenly she started feeling lightheaded. The world around felt unsteady. Ever since May disappeared, she spent most of the night looking for her. Even the stimulants were losing effect. Stimulants?! Miyuki, you're taking stimulants? That's concerning. Girl, you're like 16. Why are you taking stimulants? You're not doing anything that needs stimulating. What the... I'm concerned. Are these idols or truckers? Stop. Time to call it a day. I really need to sleep. I'm concerned. Oh. Where are we? What is this? This was where she used to go to feed the fish. She loved going here so much. I never fully understood why, but apparently it was a way to take her mind off training. But now I get it. I threw some food into the water, and fish immediately swarmed around. A strange mix of feelings bottled up inside of me. Feelings of peace, nostalgia, calmness, mixed with the jarring ice-cold water. It was enough to keep you on edge, but also felt reassuring in some way. Almost like putting ice on a wound to numb the pain. This wouldn't be a bad place to dump a body, a thought suddenly crept into my mind. A deserted place at night. If I kill her now and toss her corpse into the water, very likely no one will notice it until morning, after her body has submerged overnight. It would feel almost too easy, but no, this place is too sacred for that. I took a deep breath and let the thought pass as I threw the last remaining pieces of food into the water. April the 5th.
That wasn't unsettling or anything. Ha 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 ha. Okay, that was a little bit creepy. Hey, can we, menu please? Thank you. I want to save. Because I haven't saved in a minute. We're still in the prologue! Content. I wonder if the whole demo is, like, just the entire prologue. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Was she kidnapped on the 1st? This might not be a misunderstanding. April Fools! This is all a marketing stunt. No, she was kidnapped on the night of April 3rd. So it is not an April Fool's prank, unfortunately. Makes you wonder how long the main game will be, not including all endings. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a pretty long game, which is kind of exciting. Okay. The morning light crept into my room, awakening me from my slumber. I don't know whose voice it is, so I'm just using mine until they tell me. I pried my eyes open, waking up to a throbbing, pulsating ache on my temples. Okay, it's Taichi. Darn it. Perhaps I had one too many drinks. Last night was a total blur. I reached for my phone to check the time. 6 missed messages from Yuki. That's right. I asked him for the footage last night. That part I can remember. Sent at 5:03 a.m. The footage is ready. Come on over. Great news. He really pulled through. With some luck, we can finally make a breakthrough in this case. Realizing the importance of this, I forced myself up and headed to Starlight Sip. What on earth? Bzz, 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 bzz. His job relies on his memory and reasoning, and he gets blackout drunk. Well, he did say earlier that, what's it called? He did say earlier that heavy drinking was part of being a detective. Because his boss allegedly got hospitalized from drinking a lot, so I guess that's part of the joke, maybe? Also, if I remember correctly, they said Taichi is like 19. He's technically still under the drinking age. How is he getting drunk? Anyway. Kazuhiko's phone was vibrating furiously as if it was about to explode. There were thousands of notifications, but from where? For some reason, the Luminaries account just skyrocketed in popularity overnight. Like that's ever stopped anyone? I guess so. He quickly called management. What happened? Are you seeing these numbers? Seems like the news went viral overnight. Harmony hearts. They reposted our message. Indeed, this is no longer a local case. The whole world is watching now. The whole world? Indeed. More witnesses have come out of the woodwork, and we've even had some private investigators contacting us to help out. The public is now rallying behind us to find May. Wow, that's excellent news. Fingers crossed everything will be okay. If she's found soon, it shouldn't interfere with the schedule. Of course, what they're most concerned about is their schedule. Oh, about that. I've decided not to cancel the show. How big is this idol group if it's worldwide? Harmony Hearts was famous when Miyuki and when Miyuki and Maya were kids. So, I think that means they are like really, really famous. I'm guessing probably like Morning Musume type level, if we're going by like J-pop idol standards, like super famous. Like everybody has like heard at least one of their songs. Probably. AKB48 maybe? Something like that. Huh? You must prepare for the worst case scenario, so I say have a replacement ready. Or prepare a recording with her part. Or innovate. I trust you to find a solution. Girls' generation big? True. You serious? Do you not see these numbers? We can't afford to miss this opportunity, and canceling the show won't change May's fate. You're not wrong, but we need to tread carefully. The public might perceive us as heartless for running the show without May. We have that covered, don't worry. We organize a charity event, raise some funds for May's family, and add to the search efforts. A large percentage of sales will go to finding May. We'll look like the good guys. I see. We might take a hit on the first show, but if all goes well, we'll stand to gain a significant profit on the later ones. You seem to have it figured out. Alright, I'll figure out something on my end, but I'm still holding hope. I agree. It's too soon to assume the worst. I carefully observed the grainy surveillance footage from Starlight Sip as I sipped my coffee. It's just as Yuki said. May was indeed seeing someone. And judging by their body language, they looked close. Maybe even intimate. Just who is this man? Why doesn't anyone know about their relationship? He looked a bit older than her, around early 20s. Certainly not a classmate or anything. Something's not adding up. We need to identify him ASAP. I forwarded the file to the police. They'll use their network to try and ID this person. If that doesn't work, they'll start to involve the public, and it won't take long until this person is found. Perhaps Miyuki or someone from their school knows something? Maybe I should ask them as well. Although this isn't enough evidence to issue an arrest or search warrant, we need to get a detailed account of where this guy was during the night of May's disappearance. Hopefully the police can identify him soon. I stepped outside. Womp womp. As soon as I stepped outside, I received a call from an unknown number. Hello? Hello, it's me, the receptionist from Parade HQ. Oh, good timing. I was about to drop by later today. About that. Hiroshi... he's gone. Gone? I only just found out this morning, sorry. He's been off the grid since last night. Wait. Hiroshi's gone? What could this mean? Is this related to May's disappearance? Where was he last seen? A colleague of mine saw him drive off with somebody, but they didn't know who he was with or where he was going. Did they identify the person's age or gender? Unfortunately not. Who could it be? Well, let me ask you something. What's your name? Shinji. Have you heard anyone talk about it? Or their agency, Kirameki Entertainment? Perhaps Hiroshi might have said something. Hiroshi doesn't reveal much stuff going on behind the scenes, and I'm pretty much the only one working the desk. Why, are you a detective or something? Brother, you would have... Okay.
That's right. I'm working on the Luminaries case. Well, Hanaki, welcome in.
Not so. Do you think they're connected?
Might be. Keep in touch in case something comes up, okay?
Yeah, will do.
That complicates things. Hiroshi, the founder of Parade, is now missing. There does seem to be bad blood between Kirameki Entertainment and Parade, but there's no concrete evidence linking the two. This could be a wild goose chase. I can't risk derailing the investigation for a hunch. I need to stay on track. My job is to find May. For now, identifying the person in this footage is still top priority. I continued on my way to Yokohama Arts. I arrived during school break. The gloomy atmosphere from yesterday has somewhat dissipated. Everyone was out having lunch and chatting around the stairs. Some people were giving me weird stares.
Yeah, stares and stares. I like that.
Good morning. Oh, hi, Detective. How's the case going? Well, that's what I'm here to talk about today. Mind if I ask you some questions? Of course. I don't mind. My friend Akane is here as well. Perhaps she can help out too? Sure. The more the merrier. I'm not sure if I'll have the answers you'll need, but I'll do my best to help you find May. I reached out a hand to her. Your help was greatly appreciated. Okay, let's first talk about... I mean, I guess we can get more confirmation about May as a person here. So we did get a little bit of information about her from the footage. I feel like I should save the footage and not talk about it yet. So, about May. Are you absolutely positive that May wasn't in a relationship? I wouldn't lie about it, would I? She hasn't mentioned one word about being in a relationship. She's not the type to hide information from us either. Not to mention I hang out with her a lot. If she was seeing someone, I'd know. And how are these two related? Oh, the bar? Why do you ask? Did I miss something? I don't think I did. Okay, yeah, we're good. Just curious if you've ever been there. It's a nice place. I love the atmosphere there, and the bartender makes the best cocktails.
Virgin cocktails, right? You guys are in high school. I feel like these people do not care about drinking laws. Cute girl. Yeah, Miyuki's very cute. I like her.
If only the drinks weren't so expensive.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the crazy prices. Yuki gives me a discount.
Does May go there often?
I meant the one on the right. This has nothing to do with me. Don't drag me into this.
Maybe once or twice a month. Not as often as we'd like. We'd totally go there more often if we had the money and didn't have to worry about our diets.
Makes sense.
The concert date is fast approaching. I really do hope we can find May before then. May has never never let us down before. There's no way she's going to start, right? I'm sure she'll be back.
All I can do is hope at this point. Alright, here's the big kicker. We recently found footage of May at a bar with another man.
At a bar? Really?
Yes, really. I took out my phone and showed them the footage. Recognize him at all?
Huh? There's no way.
So you do know him. Miyuki nods. Oh boy. Who is it? Who's the guy?
It's Takashi Sato.
Takashi who? Same. Who?
We need to find him right away.
Bunny card him as a bad influence on him. Wait, hold on. We don't even know if he's responsible yet. Takashi Sato? Who is that? Who is Takashi Sato?
You haven't heard of him?
Is he an idol?
Yeah, but not just any idol. He's from Parade.
Oh, he's from Parade! From the people who tend to sabotage their rival idols. Oh, he's from the rival. Oh no. The pieces are clicking. Click, 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 click. They're adding together. We're getting the frame of the puzzle. Oh. Book 'em. Parade? But how did May get in contact with them? Dang right, that's a lead. What the frick? Is Parade a boys group?
No, it's a co-ed idol group.
Oh, that's rare. Kinda sick. I wanna hear their music. Anyway.
One of the few successful ones. They only started rising to fame recently in the last few years. I believe Takashi is the leader of the group.
Any idea where I can find him? Akane shakes her head. They have personal security following them the whole day. They also need to keep their info private from fans, so it'll be hard to reach him. But somehow May got in touch with him? Guess I can try visiting Parade headquarters again. Okay, thanks for your help. I'm going to go look for him. Let me know if anything comes up.
Be careful. If May was involved with Takashi, it could be more complicated than we think. I hope you can find her safe and sound.
Ah, it's you again. How can I help? I'm looking for Takashi Sato. Do you know where he is? Takashi? That kid's always off doing his own little thing. Who knows where he went this time? Wait, you guys don't know? Well, he left without telling anyone. Normally he reports to the CEO, but since Hiroshi's missing, there's no one to keep him in check. You guys need to... Bro, the incompetency of this agency, they're just like, where's our CEO? I don't know, he just leaves. We don't make appointments for him, he does them all himself. We just exist. Our idols? Same shit. They report to the CEO. We don't have to care about them. That's so bad, especially because they just said that Parade is super famous. Their idols could be in, like, mega danger. What the frick? I could never, man. The instructor wanted him in the studio for the upcoming concert, but he thinks just because he's famous, he should get some kind of special treatment.
Making him sound like an asshole.
Making him sound like a real jerk. Interesting. Like 90% of companies in general. Anyway. I see. When will he be returning? Perhaps later tonight? Or tomorrow? In that case, whilst I'm here, do you mind if I ask you a few questions? Sure, I'm not too busy right now. Yeah, obviously, because you don't have a freaking job to do. Because nobody relies on the clerks to do any actual clerk work. What is the deal with your president? What kind of person is Mr. Yamada? Well, since no one's around, let me tell you a secret. Most employees here hate the CEO, but we tiptoe around it. I stepped away and I feel like I missed something. I'm not sure when you stepped away. So, long story short, we found out that the guy that, Mei was seen with at the bar was, Takashi Sato, who is part of Parade, which we found out is the rival idol group that works for an agency who is willing to manipulate the press and do whatever it takes to make sure that their rivals fall. So we came back to this agency to try and get information. And we found out that Takashi Sato just kind of does whatever he wants because he acts like an entitled brat all the time since he's in a famous idol group. And so now we're questioning this clerk who doesn't do any clerk work because he doesn't know where this kid went off to. Apparently the kid used to report to the CEO, but now that the CEO's gone AWOL, he just does what he wants because he doesn't bother to report it to anybody else. Man. Parade is like 961. I love the Animaster reference. I guess so? It's true that Kuroi Shacho does manage both male and female idol groups. Never a co-ed group. But he has managed rivals that were like both sets of girls, and he also managed Jupiter, which was a set of guys. So maybe, kind of, sort of. At the very least, within the Idolmaster canon, 961 is the most quote-unquote evil agency. The sleazy part of 961, yeah, exactly. The sleazy part. The idols themselves, good. The agency, not the best. Remember, if they're in all caps, they're all cap. That doesn't bode well for Aonia. Aonia stylizes their name in all caps. Are you saying that Aonia is cap? How could you say that about my senpais? How could you do that? That's kind of messed up. They get an exception? Sure. We'll go with that. Why's that? Terrible pay, grueling hours, and his massive ego. He's not exactly beloved by anyone here except the higher-ups who lick his boots to get a promotion. The rest of us are left picking up the crumbs. Sounds rough. That's rough, buddy. Sorry you work for a bad corporation. Everyone thinks Hiroshi's turned over a new leaf, but in reality it's all a PR spin. The PR team sure does a great job of covering up his past. In reality, he's still the same person, and of course he gets all the credit and we get nothing. I should really investigate more about Hiroshi's past in my free time. Well, the game needs to give me free time! Friends? I haven't had free time. The other day, we were pressured into leaving a good review of this company. Can you believe it? Otherwise, we'll end up on his bad side and lose our jobs. Oops, I didn't mean to click. I wish some other place hired me so I can kiss this place goodbye. Honestly, fair. Keep looking, bud. There's always options out there. Yeah, thanks. Just don't tell anyone I said that. How do you feel about Takashi, then? What kind of person was Takashi? He's the outgoing party type. Confident, good-looking, used to be hardworking, but not so much anymore. I hear he's struggling with some mental health issues. Really? What kind? I heard it was something serious, but I'm not aware of the details. You'll have to ask him yourself when he gets back. Or Hiroshi. He knows everything. Mental health issues, huh? That's not good. In my workplace, they tell us to watch out for these things. Yeah, but some people don't notice the signs until they are buried deep in it, you know? Like, they're already just waist up and they just kind of accept their fate. Work hard to become the worst worker one day. Isn't it awful? So, the reason I'm asking you all this is because Takashi was last seen with Mei a few weeks ago. It's unusual how they know each other. Do you have any idea how they could have met? Really? Mei, that missing girl? Is Takashi really the culprit? At the moment, we don't have anything tying him to her disappearance. Just that he was last seen with her. The only thing I can think of is they must have met at a party or something. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Bless me. The only thing I can think of is they must have met at a party or something. Although you need to be well connected to meet with Takashi. Thank you for the bless yous. Luminaries is a small-time idol group compared to us, and as far as I'm aware, we haven't crossed paths yet. I see. I'll have to ask Takashi more about this when I see him. Well, once Takashi returns, just give me a call, okay? Sure thing.
An offering. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Yuno's Broken Vase, for the $5. Bless you. Thanks. Thanks, man. Very cool. Much appreciated. Whoops. Why did I write an equal sign? There you go. When did you break your vase? A while ago. I think that's related to when I was, like, in the early days of playing a little to the left, and then the person just never changed their name. It's nearly break time. I just realized I've been skipping my meals a lot recently. Health decreased? Frick you mean health decreased? I haven't had time! Where's the break period? Well, what should I do during my free time? Should I visit Starlight Sip? Or should I continue working on the case? There's still a missing person after all. No, apparently we have to go get some frickin' food, because the game's decided to tell me there's a health stat. What the frick? See, this is the first time I get a free time event. Why are they punishing me with a health decrease when this is the first time we get free time? I'm fine. It's a demo. During free time events, you can choose to continue working on the case by visiting your office. Alternatively, you can spend your free time at one of the leisurely spots, such as Starlight Sip. I have all of 2 options. Can I send my boy to Starlight Sip to eat a goddamn sandwich? Can we get a sandwich, please? For my apparent, health stat that I have to monitor? Well, it didn't go down by that much, I guess. Sanity is good. We have a sanity bar? What do you mean we have a sanity bar?
What do you mean we have a sanity bar? Hey guys, why do I have a sanity bar? I hate that.
Also, I like intelligence. This means that if I mess up any of my answers, it's gonna lower my intelligence, and there will probably be a bad ending where I become freaking stupid. Where I just literally don't know anything. They'll ask him what 2 plus 2 is, and he'll say 79 and try to go on what he thinks is a super educated rant, but then they just freaking lock him up. Sanity bar? What is this, amnesia? Yeah, I know, right? That's why I'm so confused. Sanity bar? What the frick? Okay. See, the thing is, I don't necessarily want to waste this free time spot worrying about the health stat. But I don't know what the health stat was at before. I don't know how much it dropped just now. I really don't like it when games make you manage both stats and, like, progression of plot, because then I feel like it makes the game take 89 bajillion million trillion years, and I also can't save! It won't let me save! This is like hard mode. Okay. I'm not gonna worry about it. We're going to the agency. We're gonna do some freaking work, bros. Yeah, no take backsies. If you want to reload, you have to go back really far. I decided to continue working on the case. There's a few leads that I need to look into. When you visit Hoshiko Agency, you're allowed to choose which leads to investigate further. You know, playing GeoGuessr. No. You can only investigate one lead per free time event. However, having higher intelligence may allow you to investigate more. Investigating certain leads may lead to important discoveries. I took a quick puff from my cigarette, the smoke curling around me. I exhaled slowly, eyes narrowing. What's on the agenda today? So we can only choose one lead. So our options are Hiroshi Yamada, Kirameki Entertainment, and Takashi Sato. Well, I feel like, in terms of things that are most pressing, Takashi is probably the strongest lead that we have. Learning more about what's going on with Kirameki could also be really good. Hiroshi, I feel like... Hiroshi feels like a red herring to me, kind of. Where it feels like, yeah, you can go after him and he might give some information, but it also kind of feels like it would be going out of the way. They also said this in the game, too, that it kind of felt like if you spent too long pursuing Hiroshi, it would feel like you were wasting time and you should keep things more narrowed. I think I want to go with my gut and choose Takashi. But what do you guys think? On the agenda, quit smoking. I mean, that too. Ideally, I would love to get this man to stop smoking. In an ideal world. Genuinely you don't know? Feels like the game is purposely misleading you? That's, I mean... downside of a mystery game, you know? You have to figure out what you think is the right thing to follow. I think I'm gonna go search Takashi and just see what happens. If I get a bad ending, it's whatever, it's the demo. I think, this is usually how I play visual novels anyway. I just go by my gut instinct, and then whatever ending I get is my destiny. I decided to do some research on Takashi Sato, the idol from Parade who was seen with Mei at Yuki's bar. I leaned back in my chair, my gaze intent on the computer screen as I scrolled through dozens of articles, social media posts, and fan forums about Parade's Takashi Sato. Takashi was the leader of Parade, who was extremely popular due to his life story. Coming from a place of poverty and abuse, he was able to overcome his past and become an idol. In various interviews, he mentioned how music and becoming an idol changed his life. Although there wasn't much information about his artistic background and how he became so popular. Online discussions speculate that before his rise to stardom, Takashi was a troubled kid who engaged in drugs, acts of bullying, and delinquent activities. He was also involved in many street fights. I dug deeper, trying to find official records that supported his past. However, there was nothing concrete. Only an interview published by Parade where Takashi talked about his difficult past in place of poverty, but nothing about drugs, bullying, or street fights.
It seems like these were just rumors, but it'll be near impossible to trace the source of them. I wonder where they originated. Regardless, Takashi's transformation seemed a bit too good to be true. I wondered if there was more to this story. Obtain evidence of Takashi's past. Ba 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 ba. I still have a lot to learn about Takashi's background, but that's enough research for today. I closed my eyes. Intellect increased. Sanity decreased. Oh no. Why did my sanity decrease? Do you think it decreased because I chose to search the wrong thing? I don't like that. How do I increase my sanity? I don't like that. I don't like that it went down. I mean, again, it didn't go down by that much, but... Sanity decreased from looking at trolls and hater posts. So true. Take some sanity pills, smile. I don't have an inventory! Yeah. Besides the evidence one, but it's not like I can consume evidence. Also, we don't even have any pills in the evidence. Meh, 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 meh. I'll figure it out, I guess. I'm sure they'll give me options to increase sanity at some point, maybe. Again, I don't know how long this demo is, so... After retracing Mei's route home, I ended up here. I searched through the river where she was last seen with Miyuki, then the nearby park, but there was nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing the police hadn't already found. This is the last place where she could have been kidnapped, but in order to pull off the kidnapping, there must be 2 steps: subduing the victim, then transporting them away. A single scream would alert everybody, and it would be impossible to navigate through the surveillance cameras on these homes if using a car. Past this point was the bridge leading to Mei's home, but I didn't feel the need to investigate it right now. Stop smoking! Brother. Slow pan. I found myself back at this river. A clearer picture of things was forming in my mind. Even though her route home didn't produce evidence, it certainly rules out a few possibilities. Although not impossible, an abduction is highly unlikely on her route home. That leaves 2 other possibilities to focus on. Either she was lured, or she took a detour. If she did take a detour, where could she have gone? The only way from this river is to head straight home, the route I just investigated, or the city. But the city is full of pedestrians and cameras. She couldn't have gone far without being seen by a witness. Wait, there is one more place I'm forgetting. It's the... Detective? A familiar voice interrupts my thoughts. Guessing it's Miyuki? Yeah. Miyuki? I wasn't expecting some company out here. Are you out investigating?
Just wrapping up for the day.
I see. It is getting late. You must be working so hard on this case.
I glanced down at the time. 10:29 p.m. And why are you here at this hour?
Huh? I'm always here. This is our training grounds.
This place? What about school, or at home?
School's closed, but this place suits me better anyways. More space, fresh air.
But aren't you concerned about how the culprit is still out there?
Yeah. At first I was. But then I realized... How can you live in fear for the rest of your life? Being out here, dancing under the stars, it's what keeps me going. As idols, we're already risk-takers anyway. I may look weak, but I won't go down without a fight.
Quit joking around. It's seriously a dangerous matter. Well, I can't tell you how to act, but I suggest playing it safe for a while, you know? Until we find out whoever's responsible.
Of course. You are 100% right, Mr. Detective. However, We have a concert coming up. I can't afford to slack off. I could practice at home, but that would prevent my parents from going to sleep. My father works at the factory, so he has to get up early.
Then, can't you practice in the mornings?
Already do. I'm usually up at 6.
Idol life seems demanding.
Tell me about it. That's the life of an idol trainee trying to balance idol work with school. It'll be fine, though. Sayuri and Akane usually keep me company. They're just busy today.
Well, it's certainly safer to have company.
Having a detective drop by each day wouldn't be so bad either.
So what? You want me to be your personal security now?
Every renowned idol group has their bodyguards, right? Maybe you can be our first hire.
Look at me. You think I'm cut out for the job? I don't even know how to fight. There's way bigger and badder people out there.
If it were up to me, I wouldn't choose the biggest, strongest person. I think it's more important to hire someone who's vigilant and reliable. Someone who's good at handling stressful situations.
Need to learn self-defense, my guy? Honestly, yeah, why did he tell her that? Now she is not going to feel secure.
While it is important to have a bodyguard who can deal with overly aggressive fans, those occasions are rare. The bodyguard's role isn't to get into fights. It's actually to prevent those situations from happening in the first place, and to provide us with support whenever we need. Not that we'll be hiring soon, but that's who I'd look for if we had the money.
Your charm has almost convinced me to show up more often, but I'll be busy finding May.
Well, I hope you can find something soon. Did you also manage to get a hold of Takashi yet?
Unfortunately not. He's been elusive.
That's unfortunate. He seems so suspicious right now.
Tomorrow I'll be able to focus my efforts on finding him. I'm not involved in the idol scene, so I'll have to do some research to find his whereabouts.
I thought you needed my help.
Suddenly, Miyuki takes out her school bag and begins rummaging through it.
When you left earlier, I went and did some research. I asked some friends in the industry about Takashi and the places he goes to.
Wait, you did what?
It's not much, but it might give you a head start.
That could be really helpful. You're really diligent.
It's nothing. I'm just glad to... Huh? Oh, no.
What happened?
You spoke too soon. I left it at school. I left it behind because I was going to give it to you the next time you showed up, but I wasn't expecting to run into you here.
Don't worry, I'll come to pick it up tomorrow.
No, we can still get it. The school is only a few minutes away.
Isn't it closed?
Who needs keys when we have a perfectly climbable fence?
Well... Why are we encouraging the child to trespass? Why does this game want me to be a bad influence on her? We are a bad adult. We are a bad, very not good adult, apparently. It would be nice to get our hands on that information ahead of time, though. I'm going to lose health because I'm going to fall, and I'm gonna, like, bust my knee or something. Anyway. I'll let it slide. Fine, I'll let it slide and pretend I didn't see anything. But I'm not going in, though. The last thing I need is to be caught trespassing on school grounds with an idol. That would be a disaster.
Absolutely. Wouldn't want you to get into any unnecessary trouble. Well then, shall we? I'll keep watch. You go. Miyuki nods and disappears into the school. I doubt anyone was around, but that would make things even more strange if I was just waiting outside of school at this time. I decided to take out my phone, pretending to be a bystander. This would be a good time to text May's parents, as I've been sending them updates periodically. I start writing out the summary of today's investigation. 5 minutes had passed. Miyuki still hasn't returned. What's taking her so long? It's starting to rain. Damn it, I'll catch a cold if I stay out here for too long. To heck with it. I'm going in. If I get caught, so be it. I looked around to make sure nobody was looking, then jumped the fence. Wait, where did Miyuki say she was going again? I should have asked her. Whatever, I just need to find shelter before the rain becomes heavier. Then I can worry about finding her. I dashed to the front entry, but it was locked. Just my luck. Passerbys might see me if I stay here. I need to find a different spot with shelter. I started wandering around the area. Just where did that girl go? Everything seems to be locked. Hold on, my nose is itching. I also need to refill my water bottle anyway, so I might take a quick second to be right back. You get to listen to some nice rain ambiance, I suppose, while I'm away. I'll be back quickly, though. But I think I need to get some tissues and deal with my nose and get water. I'll be right back. have returned. Hello.
My nose is better. It was really, really stuffy a second ago. You know, Doko, I literally just said I'm here. Please. But yeah, no, I'm better now and I got more water, so let us lock in and continue. All of a sudden, I heard a faint sound. Huh? It's coming from that direction. I headed there to investigate. Wait, are my ears mistaken? Where's that music? It was a very faint sound, barely audible through the rain. I followed the direction of the sound, leading to a large building. The sign reads auditorium. It sounded like someone performing inside, but isn't the school meant to be closed? Was there a late class or something? No, that can't be. It's way too late. Strangely, none of the lights were turned on. Anyone in there? No response. Hello? Yuki? Once again, silence, as if the auditorium was holding its breath. It was pointless standing outside in the rain, so I might as well go inside. That was too realistic. I noticed a lot of the notes from you guys about some of the sound effects this game has used is that they are very realistic. The dang knocking gets me. My brain is like, who the heck? It was pitch black inside, but it doesn't look like anyone's here. Although for some reason the speakers were blasting some music. My cat freaked out. I'm sorry. I cannot predict when the sound effects happen. Perhaps someone forgot to turn it off? At least I can stay here until the rain subsides. Guess I'll have to wait for Miyuki as well. The phone got me looking for my phone. I was watching your stream with it. We all have one collective brain cell that is fooled by the sound effects. I've worked at Hoshiko Agency full-time for 4 years now. I've dealt with all kinds of cases. Insurance fraud, infidelity, homicides, thefts, cybercrime. Wait. Taichi, it said you're 19. I read that right at the beginning, right? Like, it said that he's 19. If he's been working full-time as a detective for freaking 4 years, that means he started when he was 15. Why is he working on homicide cases at 15? What? Did I read wrong? Weird. Must be a Persona fan. Boy, genius. As detectives, we've become desensitized to most of that stuff. However, every now and then a case pops up that still surprises us. It's very rare, because it takes a very special kind of special to shake us, but it does happen. However, never in my wildest imagination did I anticipate the scene that unfolded before my very eyes that night. Detective Hoshiko always said, the crime scene is a window into the perpetrator's twisted soul. Well, I certainly got a glimpse into it that night. What did you see? What did you see? I'm scared. I'll be honest with you, this might give me an ick. But we'll see. Smile. I was warned that this game had some, slightly more mature theming. I mean, obviously, because it deals with, like, mysteries and, like, dark stuff. So, we might see something spooky. Oh. Can we hold hands? Well, that's May, isn't it? Like in her costume? I didn't really see what was going on with her, though. Just that she was in her costume. I don't think she was hanging. My blood turned to ice. What the hell did I just walk into? A scream of pure horror lodged itself in my throat. Oh, it is hanging. I guess I couldn't see the rope because of how dark it is. Well, that kind of made me lose a little bit of the shock factor. I guess that scene needs to be a little bit brighter. Maybe. May's lifeless form hung grotesquely in the center of the stage, dangling from a rope. She was hauntingly lit by the moon, casting an ethereal glow over her idol outfit. A body has been discovered! Wait, I feel like I didn't read that properly. Hold on. No, I was right. By her idol outfit, okay. Was this some kind of joke? There's no way she's... Hey! Hey! May! Say something! It was no use. It felt like I was yelling into a void. Suddenly, I heard footsteps behind me. Someone's here? Then it dawned on me. She was here too. Was that her? An eerie sense of dread washed over me. I can't let her see it.
Detective? What's going on? What's with all the ruckus? Someone's gonna hear us. Oh my god. Is this for real?
I was lost for words. This was a sight that will haunt her forever. Something I know too well. For a moment, it felt like we were frozen in time. I snapped back to reality and did the first thing that popped up in my mind. Get her out ASAP. Don't look anymore. Are you okay? She was unresponsive, frozen, and lifeless. Let's go. Stay here, okay? I'm going to check on her. Call the cops if you can. I went back inside, hoping for a miracle. Just this one time. As I approached her body, I began to smell a very familiar odor. A smell I've experienced countless times before. The smell of death. A smell I'll never forget. I didn't even need to check to know, but I did so anyway. I placed my finger on her neck. She was ice cold. There was no pulse. What kind of twisted person would do this? Sanity greatly decreased. Well, I don't have a choice in the matter. I don't have a choice here, video game. I kind of have to deal with this. Why do I have a sanity meter when this is part of the job? Bruh. I've heard that death smells like chocolate chip cookies. I don't know where you heard that. That's definitely not true. Well, dang. R.I.P. The police arrived and transported Miyuki home. But for me, my work here was not yet done. May was gone, and the killer was still on the loose. The fact that she's like strung up with like her costume on is very interesting. Death is truly terrifying. It doesn't care about timing or fairness. It just takes and leaves us with the pieces to put together. May spent her life in the spotlight, only to meet her end in the shadow of her own fame. A final performance on the stage she loved, yet a performance she never agreed to. Cause of death hasn't been ruled yet. It doesn't look like she's hanging by her neck. Her body is being hung up like she's a puppet on the stage. I see marks on her shoulders that could imply something like maybe she was beaten? Her eyes are open. She's got handcuffs on, which I think is like the most interesting part of this. I feel like we've gone through a lot here. I'm shocked this is still the prologue. Honestly, same. Can I save? I can. Scene 33 of the prologue. Yuppers. Huh. My Danganronpa brain is trying to parse it all. Yeah, it's hard to really know. Because I'm not seeing any obvious, like, damage to her body, besides what I noticed on the shoulders. She's in the costume. The costumes were posted online on social media, like, by the agency to advertise the concert. So she had to have gotten access to her costume before with the killer. The killer had to have like helped her get her costume before this, and maybe they like tricked her into putting it on as like a showcase thing, and then made her go onto the stage. But then when did the killing happen? Weird. Considering there's like no external damage, I'm thinking it's like maybe it was like a poisoning. I don't know. If I'm being pedantic, by the appearance of her body, we at least know she died very recently. Well, yeah, we're on like day 2 or 3 of her having been missing. She was kidnapped on the 3rd. We went through a portion of the game on the 4th. This would be April 5th, so she must have died somewhere in that time span, within the past couple of days. So yes, it was recent. That much is obvious. It's just a matter of figuring out what caused it. The spotlight's on us now. We must find the monster behind this. Oh, I get to examine it? Fun. Okay, let's do body first. No signs of external injuries or trauma. From a distance, one might think she was still alive, performing. What was the cause of death? Poisoning? How would the culprit even have poisoned her? An unsettling chill creeps down my spine. Need to inquire later about the forensic reports. YouTube didn't like that I was excited for this. There. Let's do idol costume. Culprit removed her school uniform and dressed her up in this idol costume. The outfit looked brand new with barely a crease on it. The wings look almost untouched. How the hell did they transport a body dressed up like this? And what was the sick purpose behind it?
Could there be a sexual motive behind it? Or is this some sick game they're playing? Damned if I know. This case just keeps getting more messed up by the minute. Furthermore, is this the official idol costume or a replica? If it's the official one, how on earth did the killer manage to get their hands on it? It had to be a replica. Wings. Question was, when did the killer dress her up? Did they dress her up before bringing her here? It's a real pain in the ass trying to transport a body, especially with those damn wings flapping around. But if they dressed her up right here... Strings. Her body was suspended by strings, like a marionette being manipulated by an unknown puppet master. Something like this would take a substantial amount of time and pre-planning to set up. Certainly a premeditated murder. Who's behind all of this? Handcuffs. Handcuffs? What's the point of doing all this? Looks like the handcuffs are fake toys. It'll be up to law enforcement to track down the origins of these handcuffs. Being fake, it's unlikely they'll find anything. Her guitar and all her personal belongings were also missing. Is there something else to examine here? Face? Oh. Come on in. In contrast to the vibrant pictures her parents sent, her face was now eerily placid in the cold grasp of death. The eyes that used to shine with dreams, now vacant. Body... I already did the handcuffs. Do I have to do body again, like on a separate part? Looks like it, because it looks like it lets me highlight all the different sections, kind of. Rigor and liver mortis set. Body cold with algor mortis, faint skin changes. Likely been deceased for over 16 hours. Wait, there was something stuck to her wings. It looked like a torn piece of paper or cardstock. The color was bright and glossy. Officer, there's something on her wing. Got it. I'll notify the forensics team. A piece of cardstock was retrieved for analysis. There was no text on it, just colors. That's everything I could find on her body. We can only await forensic reports before drawing conclusions. Now I need to figure out, how did the culprit manage to get in here? Is it their idol colors? Let me see it. There was a torn piece of cardstock stuck on May's idol outfit on the wings. There were no words on it, but it was bright and glossy. I wonder what it could be. I don't get any other information about, like, the colors that were on it. If she had undergone liver motis, her legs would be bloated and completely red and dark. Well, maybe they don't want to illustrate it like that, because they don't want to make it too gross. They could just be, like, telling us that it's there, even though she doesn't look like it, because they are still trying to make her look like a cute anime girl. Even in death. Also, as part of the costume, we can't really see, like, her feet where the shoes are right now, but she could be wearing, like, tights that are covering her skin. Because a lot of idols wear, like, tights and stuff. It was more a thought, like a hunch. Maybe. Personally, I think if it's going to be any idol color, it's going to be a color of the next victim. Like, it's going to be the next victim's idol color, is what I would guess. Personally. It's time to shift my focus from May, and instead take a closer look at this auditorium itself. Goodbye, May. Speaker. A haunting song was echoing through the auditorium. The culprit dedicated a lot of time and effort into orchestrating this scene. But why?
They must have felt supremely confident they weren't going to get caught. This wasn't just a murder. It was a performance. A performance for their sick, twisted mind. Unfortunately for them, they probably aren't aware of audio forensics. A lot more information can be extracted from an audio file than they think. Doors? No signs of forced entry. Did the school forget to lock the place? I doubt it. It's possible the killer tampered with the lock somehow, but either way, forensics shall be able to analyze that. Only takes about 2 to 4 hours after death for livor mortis to start being easily visible, but obviously they wanted to tone it down. Yeah, probably. It's okay, though. I feel like... I'm starting to think maybe instead of investigating Takashi, I think I should have investigated the agency. Maybe if I investigated the agency and found the people involved sooner, there's a chance that we could have stopped this. Because when they were looking, the speakers, I already looked at those. We just finished looking at them. But what I wanted to say is, the idol costumes were being held onto by, like, the agency. And, like, the agency used them as part of the promotion. Like, look, our costumes are done. I can't wait to wear them. So, I feel like if I had investigated the agency, maybe I would have been able to figure things out a little bit sooner. Though I wouldn't have necessarily been able to stop her dying, because according to what they said about her body, it seems like she'd been dead for about 16 hours. So even if I figured out it was the agency, I probably would have only found the body sooner, I guess. Not necessarily been able to prevent the death. Upon closer inspection, it doesn't seem like these windows can open. There's no way the killer can enter through here. It appears I've scoured every possible clue this place has to offer. The rest now falls into the hands of the authorities. I should head back and regroup. Tomorrow is going to be another long day. Prologue end. Hey, remember how we said it was crazy the prologue was still going? It's over now. Oh, I'm surprised it lets me keep playing past the prologue. I figured this would have been a spot where they would have ended it. Okay, sure. Let me save still. Into the rabbit hole. Crazy. What an in-depth prologue, yeah. I mean, I am personally intrigued. I, for one, am surprised that one of the main girls on, like, the title, like, the splash image for the game is, like, already dead. That's kind of shocking to me. I mean, I guess things like this are bound to happen, maybe. I am intrigued by the mystery overall. I do have, like, my minor gripes with how the story is being presented, but this is a demo. They have time to fix it. I do like it, and I would ideally want to keep going, but, at least for right now, I should probably call it because, Onimama's aid isn't coming in tomorrow, so I have to do my usual, it hasn't really been my usual for a bit, but I'm kind of responsible for doing all of the daily responsibilities for Onimama, so I need to get some sleep so I can be awake and help her. So I'm going to call it here for now, but we'll probably do another installment of this, like next week-ish, probably? Because I am intrigued. I want to get through, as much of the demo as I can. I feel like this is a good stopping point since it's finally the end of the prologue. But yeah, I hope you guys like this. I really like it. I, of course, love any opportunity to voice act. I like delving into stories like this. I think the characters are cute. I'm really curious what's going to happen with everybody going forward. The fact that this next chapter is called Into the Rabbit Hole is interesting because it implies the whole like Alice in Wonderland concept of like entering into like a weird place. Yeah, it's quite chilling. I'm honestly surprised. It's about VTubers? No. Probably not. I doubt it. But yeah, this is a lot of fun. Really like it. I'm getting Umineko Higurashi vibes. I'm feeling more so Higurashi than Umineko, but yeah, you're right. It does have that sort of feeling, and then the way you investigate gives me that like Ace Attorney vibe that it like advertises itself as having. It does feel very Ace Attorney. Dark Yuno core, edgy Yuno core. I do like dark stuff. I know people get surprised because they think that because like they think when I say cozy games, they're just like, oh, pastel, super cute, probably a farm game. Not necessarily. There are ways for things to still be comfy without being fully pastel, soft, fwa ugu, you know? This does kind of like go up my alley. I like these kinds of like dark, chilling stories. I like anything with a good story, even if it's a dark one. And I am intrigued enough by the mystery. The idea of like a killer who goes after idols and like forces them to be on like a stage after they're dead is kind of spooky, but like in a cool way. It's kind of cool, I won't lie. There's something really dark about her being put into her idol costume and then being like strung up like that. It's kind of it gives me like an ick, but like it's still really interesting. Can't handle horror but enjoys thrillers. What a contradiction, you know? But no, I like it. I wanna experience more of it. So hopefully we'll be able to get through more of the demo, slow and steady. I don't remember when the game is releasing in full, but I do look forward to when the game releases in full as well. But I'm glad you guys like it. I'm glad that I got to share it with you. I'm also very grateful to the developer for this game who like reached out to management and was like, please have Yuno play this baby, and I was like, thank you for thinking I would like it, because it's true, I do like it. That made me very, very happy. It still feels kind of surreal. I don't know, I just feel like it's a good sign of my steady progress as a creator, perhaps, to be recognized. But yeah, the game is called Whispers of the Luminaries. The demo is available for free if you would like to play it. So feel free to check it out if you are interested. Feel free to play it for yourselves. Maybe try choosing slightly different options from what I did and see what happens. But yeah, for now, thank you so much for choosing to spend time with me. I hope that you have a good rest of your time zone. And until I see you again, Yunotsu!